Hello and welcome back to my channel, Tied for Initiative. Today I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about my favorite versions of the Dungeons & Dragons game. The first game I started off with was AD&D First Edition. What I still like about this today is the number of character classes. The complications actually turn into a strength for the game. As you go in and you read and study the rules, you'll find little loopholes and little details that allow you to do things in this version of the game that you can't do in any other version of the game. Many of the spells are reversible. A lot of them don't have any of the limitations that they'll gain later on. They don't have the caps that they'll gain later on. So for instance, in later versions of the game, magic missile caps at 5 magic missiles. In this version, it never does. So if you run into a 20th level wizard, he can pretty much take you down in one shot. There's nothing you can do about it. Now, another version of the game I like quite a bit is the Moldvay-Cook, or BX version of the game. This game does have static stat modifiers, so 18 is a +3, 16 to 17 is a +2, and so on. The game's features in this version only fighter, magic user, cleric, thief, halfling, elf, and dwarf. But you can do a lot with those characters. And I might add, the elf character in this version of the game is the most powerful and fun character to play. Now, here's a couple variations. Old School Essentials. This is a version of BX-D&D, but it's all cleaned up and reformatted into a game that flows very easily and is very simple. It's what I use to introduce new players to Dungeons & Dragons. Then they will graduate over to Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. But this is a great place to start. Their Advanced Fantasy line actually features every single class that you will find in the other versions of D&D, just simplified and easy to digest. Another variation is Dragon Slayer. Now this is basically a clone of AD&D First Edition, but it's cleaned up quite a bit, but it's very close to the version that we all know and love. But it uses the stat modifiers that are very similar to BX. So that provides a level of simplicity. Finally, we have Hyperborea. And this is a very specialized world-centric game. It takes place in a world called Hyperborea, which is the embodiment of Conan and all those sort of pulp authors. Now, this is like first edition D&D, but it is also explained a little better, and it features a number of subclasses for the base fighter, magic user, cleric, and thief classes. And these feature the kinds of bells and whistles that you would be used to in 3rd edition, 4th edition, and 5th edition, but still kind of hinges on a more simplistic system than the current versions. In the comments, I'd like you to say which systems you like and why. Oh, as a bonus, if you are a little bit confused by AD&D First Edition, you can go for 2nd Edition. It explains quite a few things a lot better and offers a lot of different rules that some people really enjoy. However, what it does do is it removes the monk, the assassin, and nerfs the paladin and ranger to where they're not very fun to play anymore. But it does add non-weapon proficiencies and how to use them, which can come in handy. And it features an initiative system and a few optional rules that really do elevate the game. Well, that's going to be all for now. And as I said before, please leave your favorite version of the game and why in the comments. Thank you and have a great day.